What is going on, party people? How are y'all doing? We're back for another Sunday video. Not Sunday when I'm recording this, but it is Sunday when you are seeing this. And if you're not seeing it on a Sunday, why are we not watching it on the day it comes out? If you're watching it now, you're supporting. I appreciate that. Speaking of appreciating that, I've noticed we've got some new growth on the channel. Some more people have been watching, whether it be through shorts or through these videos. The people that are subscribed and the new people that have subscribed and the new people that have been watching, as well as really just everyone that's been watching, commenting, liking, all the above. Thank you for that. I'm very appreciative of that, and I'm very, it makes me happy to see that, and it makes me definitely more encouraged to keep making videos like this. If it's just one person that's laughing at the bullshit I put in my videos, or one person being helped by whatever information I'm trying to put in these videos, that's enough for me. So anyways, today's video, I kind of wanted to talk about my personal experience of how I've come to be where I'm at in the gym, and how I've gotten to this point, physique wise, I guess, or just strength wise, whatever your goals are. There is a certain trajectory, I guess, that I have taken. This is by no way a one size fits all thing. I am no expert in this category. I like to think I am, but I'm definitely not an expert. What works for me may not work for the next guy, or it may. It may give the same or better effects. It may give the same or maybe not as good of effects. Well, at the end of the day, I'm just going to be talking about what I've done to get where I'm at in the gym, how I went from being like 150 pounds to 175, 180 when I'm lean, I don't want to say shredded, but yeah, I feel like 175, 180 is when I'm 8% or lower body fat, and that's a pretty decent chunk of muscle to put on from the soccer pipeline, where I was a lot smaller, a lot skinnier. So yeah, I'm just today going to be talking about how I came from being a smaller guy and just putting on that size. I won't bore y'all with the cliches, I know you have to eat, you definitely know that. You're definitely not neglecting your diet. I can tell that's not you. And you're definitely not training like a pussy. It's not you either. I'll just give more of the niche things, or more of the nitpicky things that I would do or that have helped me during this video. I'll probably throw up some pictures of what I look like, what I then look like, what I look like now, or whatever steps. I'll probably throw up a picture when I was really skinny, a picture when I was fat, a picture of when I got lean for a show, and then when I rebounded from that. It's a whole different learning curve. It's been a learning curve for me. Diet has probably been the hardest part, because I'm just a fucking big back. I'm big back when it comes to food. I want to eat. I want to have good food, or I did want to. I've become a lot better about it in terms of my diet, but kind of getting that sun-kissed lighting right now. Coming out of soccer, this was my senior year of high school. Actually, let me go a step further. So I went to the gym very sporadically in off season of soccer. I would do high school soccer, and then I would go to the gym in the off season when club soccer was going on. I had no idea what I was doing. I would hit chest days 3 days in a row, not knowing that I wasn't supposed to be training on soreness day, on days that I was sore, that I wasn't supposed to be fatiguing myself in that way. Didn't know all the different muscles. I was just doing what everyone else was doing. I would hit squats. I would do these squats whenever I was still sore in the legs, on top of playing soccer. So I would do 2 days where I'd do weight training and then go run, be sore as shit, and that sucked. That was my gateway, I guess. There was a summer where me and my friend Kui, the OG, I think it's nice to have somebody to go to the gym with, and that was definitely a catalyst for where I'm at now. I don't think I ever would have gotten this far if it weren't for having him and having a friend like that to go to the gym with each and every night after school. But that was during the summer when this started. And then, went and played high school soccer, decided I didn't want to do club soccer the second semester of my senior year. Started lifting consistently. I started going 6-7 days a week, really got more into it, got more into like the specific muscles. Like I've learned some like amateur anatomy so I could know what I was doing. Got to work, started off with a PPL split. If you don't know what that is, just push-pull legs. I will say one of my biggest regrets when I first started, this probably lasted for like 6 months, but I would train legs, but I would not train legs nearly as hard as the rest of my body. And like you hear that and you're like leg skipper, and I'm like, yeah, like that's pretty much what it was. And my entire reasoning, like it annoys me so bad thinking about it, but I was like, oh, like I played soccer, I don't have to train legs. And like, while my legs may be ahead, I really do wish that I would have taken advantage of that, trained them as hard as I could. But I feel like you have to give yourself some leeway at the beginning when you're starting out, because when you first start lifting, there are so many things you have no idea like what the fuck you're doing. I guess that was one of those things. I'm not trying to just play it off as an excuse. I really wish I didn't do that, but you know, it just serves as a lesson for now. I just go harder, make sure I don't make that same mistake. That's when I first started. That was one roundabout way of saying that's when I first started. Hopefully when I edit this, it's way more shortened. That was when I first started, senior year of high school. Since then, I feel like I always knew how to train. There were muscles I neglected more than others, like my rear delts, for example. My rear delts up until about a year ago were underdeveloped. I've been training them more since then. Like when you're first starting, you just don't know all the different things that you should be training. And rear delts, I feel like, is a very underdeveloped area for a lot of people. I'm just using that as an example. But when it comes to things that I would do to put on muscle, I feel like you should have some sort of regimen when it comes to, like, if you're lifting very regularly 5-6 times a week, I do think you shouldn't do more than 6. If you're doing 7, I feel like that extra day should just be like a cardio day, or just like an active rest day, in terms of like something very light. Like you should be giving your body time to rest. And I don't even think 2 rest days. Once you get past that like beginner stage of lifting where you're just seeing like strength gains out the wazoo and you're just seeing like muscle being put on because your body's never had that stimulus before, 2 rest days isn't really a stretch. Like I feel like you're totally fine with that. If you're training correctly, you should be giving your body adequate rest. And that's the biggest thing people don't realize, is that they think they need to go balls to the wall when they're not even sleeping or recovering. And you could be sleeping really well, but you're still not giving your body like enough days to go balls to the wall the next time you go in there. So that's one of the things that I would suggest to you or to anyone watching this video. And in terms of a regimen, this is like what I was trying to explain earlier, but the second thing is what you're training and the movements you're doing. Say like for push day, I do an incline dumbbell press, I do incline cable fly, and then I finish off with pec deck. That's what I do every chest day, 2 times a week, maybe let's say 1.5, meaning like if you're doing like 5 days a week, you might some weeks get 1 in, you might get 2. Say you do that for 6 to 8 weeks. I think after that 6 to 8 weeks, after you have tracked, that's a third thing, track your sets and reps, track everything so you know you're growing. That's just a whole different rant. We can get into that later. After that 6 to 8 weeks of you doing that movement, I really do think you should try and find other movements that stimulate your muscles in a different way. And then once you do those things for 6 to 8 weeks, you come back to those movements that you just moved on from. Your muscles are ready to go, and that's like another new stimulus. Another example of this would be you do lat pull downs for 6 to 8 weeks. You see some growth. At the end of those 6 to 8 weeks, you choose to do pull-ups. Pull-ups with the same wide grip or maybe close grip, depending on what you're doing. Choose to do pull-ups for 6 to 8 weeks. You see strength gains. You see your back is like, oh, it's starting to look a little different. And then at the end of those 6 to 8 weeks, you go back to lat pull downs and you do that again for 6 to 8 weeks. And I feel like for me, doing it in a way that's like alternating gives your body a different stimulus every now and then to react to and to get more strength from. Because I feel like if you're just like hitting the same thing for like months on end, like longer than 2-3 months, your body is just gonna start to be like, should we send signals to grow muscle here? Should we send signals to make new muscle cells? Should we send signals to make these muscle cells bigger? I just feel like if you're switching up the movements every now and then, it's like, okay, it's time to grow. That's probably one of my biggest points that's gonna be in this video. I think it's very important to have a system like that. I already mentioned making sure you track your sets and reps in your notes, making sure you're tracking your strength. Again, I don't really need to mention diet, that's a given. If you want it If you really care about making the growth, you will fix your diet. That's very black and white for me. I mean, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of a bad diet and lifting consistently. I just feel like you would get more out of being dialed in both areas, just from being on both sides of the spectrum. That's just my opinion, but I also feel like it's pretty factual. I feel like progress pictures, while many people think that taking pictures in front of a mirror can be corny, which I'm not even gonna rant about like the topic of being corny, because I feel like you just shouldn't care. And if it's for benefit or if it's for your own personal benefit, I feel like you should just go ahead and do it. But I feel like progress pictures, whether you do it in front of a mirror, if you do it at home, you don't need to limit progress pictures to just people who, like say bodybuilders will take progress pictures and it looks like professional sometimes. But I feel like even if you just do that and every now and then reassess, like, okay, what are my weak points? What are my strong points? What areas need more attention? For me, it's easy to look at my back. I have since my last show, my back has been a big focus for me. I'll take progress pictures every now and then to see like, okay, what's the difference? How does it look? And my rear delts have come up a lot, and I'm very happy with that. I still want my traps to get bigger, so I know I still need to focus on my traps. Hamstrings were a big focus for me from progress pictures way back. And like just taking these pictures and like analyzing it just a little bit. You don't need to, it's not like a whole science here. You're just looking at a picture and deciding, okay, is this a weak point and do I need to train it harder, or do I need to go about it in a different way? I feel like taking that time to reassess every now and then is also super valuable. I feel like that is a pretty good summarization of some specific things you can do to get that extra edge, make that extra growth, make a transformation over a year, 2 years time. Just don't skip muscle groups. Don't. It comes back to bite you in the ass. No matter how small, forearms, calves, hamstrings, rear delts. I'm just listing things that are usually underdeveloped. Abductors, adductors, glutes. You may think you have a fat ass, but you also just may be a higher body fat percentage, and that makes you think you have a fat ass. There's things you don't realize until you're lean. You think one thing's big and then you get lean. You're like, I'm probably projecting, but like, I'll get lean and I'll look at one area and be like, oh, that's kind of small. Like I need to kind of put work into that. So that is my summarization. Today, I'm not even gonna tell y'all what I'm hitting, because I just actually lie every time that I talk to y'all about this stuff. So I'm just gonna let y'all see the workout and you can make a conclusion for yourself as to how big of a capper I am. Promise, I am not a leg or back skipper. That is literally, I like to hit legs way more than I like to hit back, but I still love to hit back. And I don't know why the videos work out the way that they do, but I am hitting chest, tries, shoulders. I know y'all probably don't care because the workout gets sped up and put into music and you're just watching the movements, but I'm sure it doesn't matter that much to you if I'm hitting back, legs, or chest. But yeah, we're hitting a chest day. I kind of mixed 2 meals here. I had my pre-workout meal and my 5th meal, it's kind of a snack of the day. So I've had 2 bananas, 3 tablespoons of almond butter. I don't want to be too monotonous when I'm making these videos, and I only film like 1 a week, so I decided just to take a monster, just to maybe it'll give me an extra freaking kick of energy for the video and for my lift, because it is a little bit later in the day. But since I mixed those 2 meals, hoping to get a good pump, hoping to get a good lift, keep the strength from last week. We are still getting leaner. Yeah, I'll see y'all in there for the lift. You guys know on a chest day, it's time to grow the milkers. All right, so that was the chest try shoulder day. I know I did a really long-winded spiel beforehand. It was pretty roundabout, but I hope there was some linear narrative in there that was helpful just to some extent. And yeah, let me know what you'd like to see in the next video. Really love making these, really love putting them out there. Thank you again so much for all the support. Any support is a lot to me. Couldn't be more grateful. So future videos, I don't know exactly what the next one may be about. I'm not even gonna tell y'all that I'm hitting a back day or a leg day. Like, I want to hit one for y'all and show you like how hard I go, because I feel like at this point it's like he doesn't hit back or he doesn't hit legs, so I'm just a chest tries, shoulders demon. The next video obviously will be next Sunday. Every Sunday we post every freaking Sunday here, so like get with the program. Every single Sunday at noon we are posting. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification on. Yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. I'm glad I got to give you my 2 cents, and looking forward to future videos. Thanks again. See ya.